2026 Giro d'Italia, Stage 7, a brutal, cold, windy, uphill battle to Blockhaus. Stage winner, two-time Tour de France champion, Jonas Vingegaard, and the pink jersey. Well, first, stay close to the action with Ruvi, the indoor cycling app that lets you ride, race, and train on the same routes as the pros. Real routes, real results. 244 kilometers today to get up here to Blockhaus, a brutal climb in the region of Abruzzo. 245, wait, the organizers added another kilometer at the last minute, making it, underlining it, the longest stage in this year's Giro d'Italia. It already was, but hey, another kilometer to add on to the end. And let me tell you, when the riders get up to this cold, grisly climb, they had to descend back down. Honestly, I didn't think they could come up here with these strong winds because the winds were blowing things around all day. Even my Starlink connection was getting knocked over several times trying to send my reports out. I'll break down how Jonas picked up the stage win and the GC standings. But first, let's talk about the stage and how it formed today, because we had an escape that included Nicholas Zukowski from Pinarello Q36.5. He wasn't in it initially. He had to fight to get up there, and he fought all day in this escape that was eventually 4 men. There was John Milan in there for a while, big sprinter. Even Zukowski, when I spoke with him there at the finish line, was wondering what the heck was he doing there. Well, he was distanced later on, and we had those 4 riders over the top of the first categorized climb of the 2 today, the second being up here to Blockhaus. Well, you could guess who was in that escape. It was Diego Sevilla in the blue jersey, and over the top of that climb, Roccaraso, making sure he picked up the points in the mountains jersey, Roccaraso. And then descending down here in Abruzzo, the roads that Jai Hindley knows so well for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. He won up here the last time the race visited. We can roll it back to Eddie Merckx. Some big names have won up here. Jai himself won here on his way to win the Giro d'Italia. Is it a sign for Jonas Vingegaard this year? Well, we're early. Pump the brakes, Pedro. We're early, so let's see. We're still only in stage 7. The escape down, still in 4 men, and then heading to this climb here. 23 kilometers out or so. Zukowski powers away, drops some of the other companions, and Jordi van der Lee was the only rider who could bridge up to him eventually, but Zukowski, Nick, made sure he got those Red Bull points. He had to get something on the day. Started the climb first. When I spoke with him at the finish line, I said, when did the dream of winning the stage die? He said, well, to be honest, on the descent of Roccaraso. We thought maybe he had more of a chance, but the gap that they had that was once around 5 minutes was starting to disintegrate quickly. Excuse me if I'm stuttering a bit up here. It's cold. My fingertips are cold, and I'm losing all sort of consciousness as we're reporting at the top of Blockhaus. Up here at 1,600 meters, the riders had 1,100 meters to climb, and you knew they meant business today. Someone wanted to go out for victory, and it was Bahrain Victorious trying to set up its rider, Alfonso Ulario, to maintain the pink leader's jersey, the Maglia Rosa. At the end of the day, the Portuguese rider who finished second the other day to Arrieta to get the pink jersey. They succeeded, let me just tell you that now. But he was distanced, and at the time that he was distanced, it was Derek G that was distanced as well. Bernal was distanced. The riders are just falling back one by one. Sepp Kuss at the front. Sepp Kuss has done so much in the past for Visma Lease Bike to help its riders go on to overall Grand Tour victories. Doing it again today for the Dane, Jonas Vingegaard. Vingegaard in a group, then he looked around and he decided, hey, no way, Jose. I feel that I need to go on the attack. And at 5.5 kilometers, he launched. Blew the race apart. Reminded us of stage 2 back when we were in Bulgaria. It was Giulio Pellizzari who could only stay with him, and Giulio Pellizzari went deep. The Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe rider, teammate of Jai Hindley, went deep, in fact maybe too deep, because it was around 4.4 kilometers where Pellizzari cracks. Behind him was Felix Gall, and Felix Gall had paced himself. We caught up with him at the finish line. Gall explained he thankfully paced himself because he was able to overtake Giulio Pellizzari. When Vingegaard crossed the line, kissing his bars, kissing his wedding ring, letting the family know he loves them, and oh yeah, Ama Giro d'Italia. He loves the Giro d'Italia. He delivered a race today that was exciting, but not enough for the Maglia Rosa. Alfonso, who maintained and did a great ride out there today. They were scattered in bits and bobs behind Vingegaard and his push up to the line. Vingegaard did not really destroy everyone. Pellizzari drifted back a bit. In fact, drifted back past his own teammate Hindley, who was pulling up. Hindley was in a group with O'Connor and Giulio Ciccone, who had the pink jersey himself a few days ago from Lidl Trek. Back behind, Derek G was hammering it. And, well, Alfonso Ulario can be thankful for Derek G, because Derek G was hammering with Alfonso Ulario in the group. Ulario up there maintains the pink jersey. Happiness in the Bahrain Victorious camp. Another day in the pink jersey. Vingegaard in the same camp as Eddie Merckx. Not so fast. Definitely Jai Hindley. Will he do a Jai Hindley, winning here on the Blockhaus en route to overall 2026 Giro d'Italia victory when it finishes just down the road to Rome in 2 weeks? Well, to get to Rome, we actually go north all the way up around the mountains, the Dolomites included. And oh yeah, we have a couple sticky stages tomorrow, Saturday. And I made a mistake when I gave you the stage preview for today. I kept calling it Saturday. Pour yourself a cup of coffee. That's tomorrow's stage. Stage 8 Saturday. Stage 9 Sunday. A couple of tough ones tomorrow, all up and down in Marche I Muri. The little walls. Oh, it'll hit hard. And then we got Sunday stage, another summit finish. So Vingegaard in the mix zone. I spoke with him. I caught up with him in the mix zone. And he said, and he was in this protector tent. It was great. We could get warm for just a second. He said, look, it's going to be a challenging ride. Today is the foundation, I asked. He said, yeah, but it's going to be challenging because I got the hard stage tomorrow. We got another summit finish stage on Sunday. What he didn't mention is on Tuesday, after Monday's rest day, he's got a time trial. He's going to blow Felix Gal's doors off. In fact, Gal said the same thing. He said, yeah, he was close to the sun today, but he's going to get burnt, he realizes, when it's TT day, because Jonas is that much better of a TT rider. What's in the tank for Pellizzari? Is G gone and dusted, or is he fighting his way back to at least a podium finish, and who knows, maybe something else? What about Pellizzari? Everything's still to play for, I think, but we got our first taste on our aperitivo of what's to come today on Blockhaus Giro d'Italia 2026.